Hey friends, Pastor Marcus here. Listen, mental health healing is real. Now, I can testify to that fact because I had a traumatizing experience not too long ago while I was making so many videos and encouraging millions of people, writing books, and of course traveling the world. I took a long trip back home to New York at that time from overseas, and on my way to the airport to travel to Tampa, Florida to do a relationship conference, I found myself in an ambulance on my way to Jamaica Hospital in Queens, New York. It was the closest one nearby. I was rushed to the hospital thinking that I was having a heart attack. And after weeks of taking medication and going back and forth to the doctor because I was just scared out of my mind, not knowing what was wrong with me, I was on the internet. I was self-diagnosing myself. I was visiting medical practitioners that were telling me one thing after another. I finally was diagnosed for that moment with having anxiety. I had an anxiety attack that day. My heart was racing fast. It was pounding. I was losing my mind. I thought at that moment that I was going to die. And I had no idea that I had just simply been overwhelmed with so many of the new things that were happening in my life at one time. And I had fear. I was saying to myself, Lord, this can't be so awesome. This can't be so well. This is just too good to be true. And every day I was waking up with the fear that everything good that the Lord had done for me, all of a sudden it would one day just crash and it would be over. I had fear that my loved ones and friends would turn on me. I had fear that the next time I got up to preach, one day I would just freeze up and not know what to do. I was still suffering from past pain, from old relationships, old marriage, and even the loss of my child, thinking that, you know what, all of the blessings that the Lord has bestowed upon me and how he's restored me from so much of the pain from my past, the fear of thinking that I would end up repeating that traumatizing season. I was preaching and teaching so much faith, but I didn't realize that fear had overtaken me. And I, a preacher, a man of God that's known for encouraging millions of people every single day, I was laying in the hospital for 2 nights, taking medication, and was later diagnosed, Marcus, you're having anxiety attacks. The thing that I learned, and this is why I'm able to say that mental health healing is real, is because we often talk about healing from sickness or healing from physical ailments. But oftentimes we overlook the fact that yes, God can and he will heal mental sickness, mental disturbances. Mental health healing is real. And as much as we trust and we thank God for the anointing, when an anointed man or woman lays hands on us and simply declares that we're healed and we declare that we are free, I believe that it's important that you get counseling. You know, the Bible tells us that in the counsel of the wise there is safety, and there are people that God has anointed that understand mental health issues that we can talk to and we can receive therapy from that will help us testify to the fact that we've been healed from our mental health issues. There's so many people that are dealing with anxiety. And you know how I found this out? Because I told my story. I talked to other powerful men and women in the kingdom and in business that said, Marcus, I had the same thing happen too. This is what I did. This is who I talked to. This is what I began to practice so that I would never have another anxiety attack again. If those people wouldn't have shared their testimony with me, I would have never had the reassurance that if somebody else went through it and overcame it, I could too. If I would have kept silent and kept it all to myself, I would probably still be having anxiety attacks. But the fact that I was able to have conversations with people who have gone through it, and then of course have conversations with professionals that could help me through it, mental health healing probably wouldn't be my testimony today. I'm healed today because I allowed God to heal me through individuals that were willing to speak into my life. Not just you're healed, you're free, cast the devil out, run around the church and then declare that it's done. But people who were actually willing to sit down and tell me the truth about their story, tell me the truth about their issues and the history of their life that put them there. And I was able to compare stories and release the anger, the guilt, the fear, and feel comfortable enough that even though I'm a man of God, and even though I'm a business owner, and even though I'm a really happy man, being ready and prepared to talk to somebody about my issues helped me get free. So I want to encourage somebody right now, if you're having thoughts of suicide, talk to somebody. If you have fear and anxiety and you're not knowing what's wrong with you and you're always nervous, talk to somebody. Mental health is real, but it doesn't mean you're crazy. It doesn't mean you've lost your mind. It just means you need to connect with somebody that can help you feel better about your life right now. And God will put the right people in your life, spiritual leaders and professional therapists that can help you get over this hump. If you receive this word, or you know somebody that may need to hear this testimony, I want you to share this video with them. And as I always say, I love you, and every day of your life is a day of victory.